Hello and welcome to today's lesson where we will talk about using English idioms. We want to learn to use idioms to sound more like a native speaker. Do you want to sound more natural when you speak in English? One way is to learn idioms. Native English speakers grow up using idioms in their conversations in a natural way, without even being aware that they are using them. For you to sound more natural and to get a high score in the IELTS exam, it is essential for you to learn idioms and to learn how to use them correctly. Another benefit of learning them is that you will understand more when you have a conversation with a native speaker. Idioms can help you to improve your score in the IELTS speaking test if you use them appropriately. However, if you fail to use them accurately, they can lower your score. So, how to use idioms? First, what exactly is an idiom? It is a phrase that has a different meaning from the literal meaning of the words in it. For example, if someone has lots of energy, you could say that he is full of beans. This doesn't mean that they've eaten lots of beans for breakfast. It's just the idiomatic way of saying that they have lots of energy. However, it's important to realize that idioms are usually used informally in conversations, and you should generally avoid them in written work, such as in business reports. For example, it is acceptable to use them in the IELTS speaking test, but not in the IELTS writing test. However, a word of caution: do not overuse them. Be natural, which is why you need to use them naturally and accurately. This lesson will help you to do that. So, let's talk about some common idioms you can use. And if used correctly, will help you to sound more natural and will increase your score in the IELTS speaking test. Let's start with the first one. Actions speak louder than words. What is the meaning? Everyone can make promises, but few can or want to actually do what is necessary to fulfill them. This is when true character, friendship, and honesty are put to the test. Here's an example. Quite frankly, Thomas, I am so sick and tired of your fake promises. Actions speak louder than words, and I haven't seen you lift a finger yet. So let's go to the next one. Number 2. To go the extra mile. The meaning? To do way more than is necessary or expected from you in order to reach a specific goal. Here's an example. In order to do what nobody else could, you must be prepared to go the extra mile. Now let's go to number 3. To see eye to eye. The meaning? To agree with someone about someone or something else. To literally see things in the same way as someone else does. Here's an example. After a long debate about the best place for our next investment, Ken and I finally see things eye to eye. So now let's go to number 4. To blow smoke. The meaning? To intentionally confuse, deceive, or mislead someone. To say untrue things to someone else about them in order to make them feel better. Here's an example. The lawyers on the other end never actually had any proof against our client. They were just blowing smoke this entire time. Let's go to number 5. Once in a blue moon. The meaning? To occur extremely seldom or only once in a while. The example? The fact that Johnny had eaten his slice of the wedding cake was so fascinating to us because he only eats chocolate once in a blue moon. Now let's go to number 6. It takes two to tango. The meaning? This is used to say that only one person is not enough to make something happen, but that joint forces are required and both of them are equally responsible. An example: somebody needs to tell my boss that I cannot do everything by myself around here. It takes two to tango. Number 7, to pull a rabbit out of the hat. The meaning: to do something totally unexpected because it was deemed impossible in a given situation. An example: just when you thought Usain Bolt could not get any faster, he pulls a rabbit out of the hat and breaks the 100-meter world record. Number 8, to blow someone away. The meaning: to thoroughly impress, excite, or overwhelm someone with a particular action. An example: I really did not expect a birthday cake on my desk this morning. This small but unique gesture by my students has really blown me away. Number 9, the grass is greener on the other side. The meaning: it's used to say that people are not satisfied with their current situation and almost always consider someone else's situations better than their own. Here's an example. Sally has always been jealous of every new thing our neighbors bought, as if the grass is always greener on the other side. Number 10, to hit the books. The meaning: to study hard with a high amount of dedication and clear focus on the final outcome. Here's an example. My brother always waits for the final night before the exam to hit the books. Number 11, ignorance is bliss. The meaning: it's used to say that sometimes it is better to not know or find out anything at all about something because it may only worry, hurt, or burden you. An example: oh my God, I never knew Uncle Bobby had been to jail before marrying my aunt. I guess ignorance really is bliss. Number 12, to do by heart. Meaning to do something so naturally and effortlessly because it has been thoroughly memorized, practiced, and mastered. An example: he knows that entire book by heart. He must have read it at least 100 times. Number 13, a piece of cake. The meaning: an extremely easy task or accomplishment, one that exerts little to no stress or effort to perform. An example: oh, don't worry about the math exam so much. I am sure that if you just practice these last few chapters a bit more, it's going to be a piece of cake for you. Number 14, the whole 9 yards. The meaning is used to indicate everything possible related to something or the entire amount of or distance to something. An example: regardless of what the commission asks of me, I am ready to give it to them. I've got the papers, the stamps, the receipts, the whole 9 yards. Number 15, to hit the nail on the head. The meaning: to do exactly the right thing in the most efficient of ways. An example: I truly believe you've hit the nail on the head with this song. It suits your voice perfectly and the performance was spot on. Number 16, to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. The meaning: to achieve 2 goals or solve 2 problems with 1 single action. An example: by driving the costs up, both parties got what they wanted. Hence, the government killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Number 17, to keep an eye on the ball. Meaning, to remain fully focused on the assignment or main goal despite any hardships, stress, or unexpected events in the process. Example: listen to me, son. Regardless of how tough life gets for you, you must always keep your eye on the ball and never lose sight of it. Number 18, with flying colors. The meaning? An adverb used to indicate that something has been done perfectly or without any mistakes. An example? Congratulations, Liam! You've passed your final exam with flying colors. Number 19, to rock. The meaning? To be very good, pleasing, or successful. Here's an example. This school rocks! It's got free Wi-Fi, pizza machines, and 5 basketball courts. Number 20, to break a leg. The meaning? This is used to encourage someone before a major event or action. It's a synonym for good luck. Here's an example. Everybody, this is the final game. You all look good and you have been working extremely hard for this. Now go out there, break a leg. So now you've learned about 20 different idioms that are common in the English language. Start to incorporate these idioms into your daily English speaking so you can start to sound more natural in your conversations. Start practicing today.